Hi everyone, welcome to Life of Blessing. It's yoga time. Yoga for healthy body, mind and soul. So today we'll be demonstrating Bhujang Asana, the cobra pose, and Ardha Shalabhasan and Shalabhasan, the locust pose. Before we get into this posture, I would like to share few important points. Firstly, those who have any wrist injury or back injury should not perform this asana. Secondly, this asana should be performed with utmost precaution and safety should be done gently, especially for the beginners and for the elderly people. Another important point is make sure to it that you have done 4 to 5 minutes of warm-up exercise before starting this asana so that it helps your body to be flexible and you can perform this posture with ease and without any stiffness. And last but not the least, this asana should be performed empty stomach, preferably in the morning after emptying your bowels or minimum 4 to 5 hours after your meals. So let's start with the basic Bhujang Asana. All the asanas will be performed by Dr. Kirti.
Lie down on your stomach, place your chin on the ground, feet slightly apart, toes outwards. Fold your hands just below your neck. Now open your arms and place your palms on the ground at the shoulder level. Take a deep breath and inhale. As you inhale, gently, with control, lift your head and your chest above the ground. Hold it for 4 to 5 breaths. Exhale as you come down. When you come down back to the ground, chest on the ground and chin on the ground. Place your hands sideways so that the palms of your hand face upwards. Now relax. Place your head on the ground and relax for a while. It's very necessary to relax after each asana so that it restores your blood circulation and it restores your breath too. Continue the process of inhalation and exhalation. This is the first variation of Bhujangasana for the beginners. Remember, for the beginners, while performing this asana, the elbows should be slightly bent and fingers should be slightly spread apart while lifting your upper trunk above the ground so that it doesn't cause any pressure or discomfort on your wrist. Variation, the advanced pose of Bhujangasana. Please note, while performing this asana, do not strain your back much to get into the pose. Do this according to your capability. Now place your hands to the side, palms at the shoulder level, fingers slightly spread. Take a deep breath and inhale. As you inhale, gently lift up your head above the ground and lift your chest and your abdomen till the navel region. Do this according to your capability and hold it for 4 to 5 breaths. Arch your back depending upon your capability so that it doesn't cause any compression or discomfort on your lower back. Now gently exhale. As you exhale, come down with control and slowly place your chin and your chest on the floor. Lower them gently down. Now place your hands on the ground. Rest your arms. Now relax. Relax for a while. Make sure after every asana you relax so that it restores the normal blood circulation and it also restores your breath. This one is the Ardha Shalabhasan. Lie down on your stomach, place your hands slightly apart, palms facing upwards, feet close together, toes pointing outwards, neck to the side. Now take a deep breath and inhale. As you inhale, gently lift up your leg above the floor. See that you do not bend it at the knee joint. Lift it gently. Eventually, raise your chin and your head slightly above the ground without causing pressure. Hold it for 4 to 5 breaths, and as you exhale, again place your feet back to the floor. Repeat the same with the left leg. Remember, when you lift your leg above the floor, inhale. Inhale and lift your feet above the ground with control. Hold for 4 to 5 breaths, and as you exhale, place it back on the floor. Repeat this 2 sets of Ardha Shalabhasana for the beginners. As you inhale, lift up your leg. Hold it for 4 to 5 breaths. Exhale and place your feet back to the floor with control. Also take precaution not to cause much jerk on your neck and cause any compression. For the beginners, you can place your chin on the floor. Those who are regular practitioners can slightly lift your chin. So, now place your chin back to the ground. Continue the process of inhalation and exhalation. Now relax. Place your head gently on the floor. And continue the process of inhalation and exhalation so that it restores your breath. This one is the second variation of Shalabhasana. Likewise, lie down on your stomach, place your chin on the floor. Now place your palm beneath your thigh. Similarly, place your right palm beneath your thigh. Take a deep breath and inhale. As you inhale, gently and with control, lift your feet and your legs. Likewise, lift your chin and your head above the ground. Do this with precaution and with control, without causing much pressure and strain on your neck and lower back. Hold it for 4 to 5 breaths. Continue the process of inhalation and exhalation. Now gently, as you exhale, place your feet back to the floor. Likewise, gently lower your chin back to the floor. Do this with precaution and control. Now continue the process of inhalation and exhalation. Remove your hands and keep your arms to the side. Place your head back on the floor. Continue the process of inhalation and exhalation so as to restore your breath. Let's see the benefits of these asanas. Both these postures have similar benefits. These asanas strengthens the spine, so it's very useful for those having issues of low backache, sciatica, slip disc. Besides, in today's modern age, where most of the people have desk jobs, have to be seated on chairs and computers, laptop for a long time, this posture strengthens the muscles of the low back, tones muscles especially of the thigh, calf, gluteal and the core muscles, and relaxes them as well. Besides, it helps to boost the circulation of blood throughout the body and thus enhancing the breathing capacity of your lungs as well. It prevents issues like frozen shoulders, thus strengthening your shoulders and arms as well. It stimulates the digestive system and the reproductive system. It also regulates the menstrual cycle in girls and women. Those of you who have issues of irregular menstrual cycle or dysmenorrhea should perform this posture on regular basis. It also helps to relieve menstrual cramps and pain. Clinical studies have shown this posture is useful for people having asthma as well. It also helps to regulate your solar plexus and it relieves stress and fatigue. So both these asanas have incredible benefits and innumerable benefits as well, but should be done gently, slowly, with precaution. Initially, avoid repetition of this asana at a stretch. For beginners, 2 to 3 times is recommended. So thank you everyone for watching this video. For more such basic yogasanas, please follow the link given in the description box.